Hello, friends. This is Dr. John WorldPeace coming to you from Albuquerque, New Mexico, the land of ETs, UFOs, and the land of enchantment. It's the last day of June 30th, 2025. Today I'm going to talk about John WorldPeace JD, the only global advocate for world peace and the only advocate for Jesus Christ, per John 14:26. I'm the independent maverick, not a Republican or Democrat, candidate for president for 2028, among other things. I'm also the only global advocate for peace and world peace and the world human society since Gandhi was assassinated on January 30th, 1948, my mother's birthday. I was born 3 months later on April 24th, 1948. My credentials for the radical right, Corporate Christian Nationalists, is that I am the only advocate for Jesus Christ, per John 14:26. I'm the only spokesman for the anti-Trump MAGA dictatorship movement in America. Not a single anti-Trump movement, group, organization has put a member in front of President Trump. This is the same scenario that took place with Bush going into Iraq. Millions protesting had no effect because there was no specific global spokesman. If you're not supporting my spokesmanship, you will continue to just waste time, as did the huge anti-Bush dog and pony shows before he invaded Iraq, laughing all the way. Without a global spokesman for all the anti-Trump movements, there's nothing but ineffective noise. I live a minimalist life. I have no organization and never will. I am one man with one message, world peace, since I changed my name to John WorldPeace, April 1988. I'm the ultimate leader of the radical liberal left movement of Jesus Christ, Matthew 25:31, which Donald Trump curses, which makes Trump an enemy of the core foundational message of Jesus to feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, heal the sick, etc., or go to hell. And his big, ugly anti-Jesus bill presently in Congress to make it the policy of the USA to end the proponents of the radical liberal left message of Jesus Christ. On the day of judgment, Jesus will say to those condemned by Jesus to hell, "For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me nothing to drink. A stranger, and you did not invite me in. Naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick, you did not care for me. And in prison, and you did not visit me." That's Matthew 25:31. No one has my credentials for this global peace advocacy. If you do not believe me, find somebody to debate me on the internet. We'll have a conversation, and then you can decide who's the advocate and who's not. See my flagship, johnworldpeace.com. There's 43,000 pages there. That's 1,000 with 3 zeros. My credentials for the radical right corporate Christian nationalist are that I am the only advocate for Jesus, per John 14:26. Jesus was not a corporate businessman nor a politician in any way. So I say that corporate Christian nationalism has nothing to do with the spiritual message of Jesus and is an abomination to God and Jesus. As to corporations, Jesus turned over the money changers' table in Solomon's temple and said that the temple was a place of worship and the Zionists had turned it into a den of thieves. Jesus was not a politician because when he was shown a Roman coin, he noted the face on it was Caesar and therefore said to give to Caesar what is Caesar's and to God what is God's. Jesus said over and over that his kingdom is not of this earth, and the fake and false book of Revelation says Jesus will establish his kingdom on earth. The spiritual kingdom of heaven is the forever location of Jesus' kingdom. The book of Revelation was not written by Jesus. No one knows who wrote it. See my website, kingofkingslordoflords.com. See my website, impeachpresidenttrumpusa.com, built by me and maintained since 2016. 9 years of right-on predictions about Donald J. Trump and his MAGA movement. I heard the voice of the Lord saying, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" And I said, "Here I am, Lord, send me." Isaiah 6:8. I changed my name April 1, 1988, Good Friday. I'm also the only advocate counselor for Jesus Christ per John 14:26. No Christian preacher or priest has ever challenged me on this. I am 77 and a follower of the spiritual teachings of Jesus in the four Gospels, but I am not a corporate Christian nationalist or Christian Zionist nor a religionist of any stripe. I talk about other religions, I talk about Jesus, but I am not a member of any religionist sect. I'm one man with one message, world peace. That is my metric. I do not worship the earth god of money. I live a minimalist life. Elijah said he was the only prophet for God. John the Baptist said he was the herald for Jesus Christ. I'm the only advocate for Jesus. John 14:26. None of the three of us had or have an organization. We were standalone men with a God-given mandate and message. This is my mantra. Part 1. How can we increase the level of peace in the world human society if we don't include everyone, all religions, all races, all nationalities, all genders in our vision of peace? And the answer is we cannot. The foundation of the United States of America is that it is the only melting pot nation in the world human society dedicated to creating an all-inclusive nation as a light to the world of nations and a beacon in the heavens. Part 2. We cannot increase the level of peace in the world human society if we do not teach peace. Fact, there is no university in the world human society that has a curriculum leading to a BA, MA, PhD in peace studies. See my website, worldpeaceteachingpeace.com. All my websites are linked to johnworldpeace.com. I have no organization, no corporation, nothing to join. If you want to work with me, come to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and support yourself and work with me. Find a sponsor, sell all you have, simplify your life. This is a project to create something that does not presently exist. A gathering of people with a common mindset to teach peace without a bureaucracy. Here are the global impediments to increasing the peace in the world human society that must be solved. The work to be done. These are 8 entities that will initially be the primary focus of this project. These are the entities that have the most significant impact on the level of peace in the world human society. We begin by identifying the impediments to increasing the peace with each of these entities. 1. Government, politics driven by money to make more money because capitalism is predatory. 2. Religion. Christians do not follow the teachings of Jesus because they have been sold on corporate Christian nationalism, a business. Jesus was not business-oriented or politically oriented. My book, The Third Millennium, Second Reformation of Christianity, discusses many of these issues. Courts of law. 3. Absolutely corrupt. Judges have to be barred from working in a law firm or belonging to or supporting a political party and must attend 2 more years of extended law studies after law school if they intend to be a judge. Number 4, universities. They need to teach peace. 5, global and local corporations. Global corporations bend the truth through their money and advertising. Capitalism is predatory. 6, social media. Way too much power with social media that is unregulated. 7, the United Nations, totally corrupt, working under a 75-year-old biased Security Council that is owned by China, Russia, America, UK, and France, who have in their own way sabotaged peace initiatives. 8, peace organizations, basically just corporate mentality looking to make money for the organizers, allegedly teaching peace. B, the most significant individual impediments to increasing the peace that are an issue within each of the above. All of the below permeate, affect all of the 8 I just mentioned. Racism. 2, subordination of women. 3, poverty. 4, mass extinction of flora and fauna on the earth. 5, climate change. 6, vaccines. 7, hunger. 8, democracy. 9, capitalism. 10, totalitarianism. I'm John WorldPeace, the only global advocate for peace and world peace since Gandhi, the only advocate for Jesus Christ. John 14:26. A new age now begins. Today, Trump is going to try to set in place his big, beautiful, screw everybody bill. Totally adverse to Jesus' message, Matthew 25:31. Heal the sick, feed the hungry, shelter the homeless, etc. Which Donald Trump curses. Have a good day.